It's that time of the year again already, and today, for the very first time ever, I'm going to share with you my ultimate pumpkin spice latte recipe. I've spent years creating unique and creative drinks with coffee at the base, and this year I'm finally setting my sights on one of my absolute favourite seasonal treats, which I don't even consider to be a guilty pleasure, just a pure, unashamed pleasure, which is the pumpkin spice latte, or the PSL. I'll show you the base recipe, which brings that pumpkin spice magic to lots of different drinks. I'll show you this epic 2-ingredient pumpkin spice oat cream, and then we'll bring this all together to show you my ultimate pumpkin spice latte, which I'm very happy with, in both hot and iced formats. So, without further ado, let's make some pumpkin spiced lattes. So I do actually consider Starbucks to be the benchmark when it comes to pumpkin spice lattes, but I think this version, in my opinion, tastes so much better. And not only that, it's completely plant-based, making it suitable for a lot more people. It's very accessible, using readily available ingredients and tools, and it's also much cheaper than drinking pumpkin spice lattes on the high street. So I think this is an absolute winner, and one you guys should definitely try. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of thing, and also because over the coming weeks I'm going to be making lots more pumpkin spiced goodness using this pumpkin spice base, which now I'm going to show you exactly how to make. So the really nice thing about this base mix is not only is it very simple to put together, but also it's quite adaptable. So if you have your own preferred pumpkin spice mix, you can obviously sub that in, but I do think this is a really nicely balanced spice mix. Everything comes through very clearly without overpowering. And essentially we've got cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, and then we've got cloves, which can be overpowering, so gonna be quite careful with those. And then 2 seasonings, salt and pepper, which might be a little bit unique, but just brings so much to the final drink. And we've also got a pumpkin puree here, which is gonna add that really nice texture, a little bit of pumpkin flavor, which I know a lot of pumpkin spice lattes don't have, but I think it's a really nice addition. Again, really simple measurements. We're gonna go in with 3 grams of cinnamon, and with all these spices, you can go for whole, you can go for ground. We're gonna blitz it up, so if you put them in whole, it's gonna be ground down anyway. But I've gone with whole cinnamon, ground ginger, 3 grams again, 3 grams of nutmeg, which I'm just gonna microplane into a bowl, just to catch it and make sure we get the right amount in there. 3 grams again of allspice. I'm going with ground, but you could use the berries. And then finally, when it comes to our spice profile, 6 cloves, which can be quite overpowering. That equates to around about half a gram. And I wouldn't go any more than this because it can be a really big flavor that dominates the drink, but I think 6 is a really nice base. The next 2 ingredients are my seasonings, which I think are really interesting and just bring so much more flavor to the drink and bring out all those flavors. So 2 grams of salt, and then 1 gram of ground black pepper, which brings a really nice heat to the drink, just warms the whole thing up, adds a lot of complexity, and again, just makes the other flavors really pop. The end result obviously doesn't taste like salt and pepper, it's just there to season the drink and bring all the flavors out. We're just gonna quickly blend these all together into a fine powder. Then we're gonna add 50 grams of our pumpkin puree, 200 grams of a nice soft brown sugar, I'm going with light muscovado, and then 100 grams of boiling water. Blitz that up once again. And then we're just gonna pass that through something like a nut milk bag or a muslin, squeeze out all of the syrup, which will be really nice and smooth. I'm gonna bottle that up, and you've got this amazing pumpkin spice base mix, which is gonna be at the heart of all of our drinks today. But the next thing I'm gonna show you is the thing that really tops it off, which is a delicious pumpkin spice oat cream. The next ingredient we're gonna prepare is gonna be our oat cream, and this is extremely simple. I'm building it in a cream whipper, but if you don't have this, that's completely fine. Just whisk the two together. We're gonna go in with 50 grams of our pumpkin spice base mix. And then to that, we're gonna go 250 grams of one of my absolute favorite ingredients, which is OATLY whippable creamy oat. So the really nice thing about using this in here is that it's fully plant-based, gives an amazing creamy texture and whips up perfectly with no compromise. And it's a really neutral flavor profile, allowing that really nice pumpkin spice flavor to come through very, very clearly. And this is gonna be the perfect topping for all of our drinks. So now they're combined together, just gonna pop the lid on our cream whipper. Gonna charge it with 1 NO2 cartridge, like so. Give it a little shake, and that is ready to go. As simple as that, really quick to put together, and this is just gonna be really nice on top of the drink. And as you can see, it's got the most amazing texture. Giving it a taste. It really is good. Not too sweet. There's enough sweetness to carry it through without being lost in the drink. All that pumpkin spice flavor, super creamy, super light and airy. And now we're ready to put together our ultimate pumpkin spice lattes. First up, for our hot pumpkin spice latte, we're gonna need to brew an espresso. I'm going with quite a chocolatey espresso. This is a blend of Brazilian coffees, a little bit roastier than I'd usually go with. And we want that high intensity to really complement those spices in the drink, stand up to the big flavors there. And this is gonna make a perfect base to our drink. Also served in a little pumpkin style glass, which I thought was really nice. So to this, we're gonna go 20 grams of our pumpkin spice base syrup. But obviously you can increase this if you have a bit of a sweet tooth, bring it down if you don't want quite so much spice coming through. But 20 grams is a really nice starting point. And then we're gonna steam some OATLY Barista Organic, or you could use the OATLY Barista Edition. With recipes like this, I always like to build them around plant-based ingredients wherever possible to make the drinks as suitable for as many people as I can. With the OATLY range, there's never any compromise on quality whatsoever, and the creamy texture and delicious taste work perfectly in all these recipes, as well as many more. Check out the OATLY website in the description below, and a big thank you to OATLY for sponsoring this video. Gonna add this in, not worrying too much about latte art since we're gonna put our cream on top. Maybe do a little pumpkin. Barely. Finish it off with our pumpkin spiced oat cream for that amazing texture. A little bit of cinnamon on top for that nice aroma. You could also use nutmeg, whatever you fancy. And there we have my ultimate hot pumpkin spice latte. For the iced version, we're going for very similar ingredients, just obviously built very differently. I'm going with crushed ice, but you could use regular cubed ice. I'm gonna go about halfway up with our OATLY Barista Edition or Barista Organic. Again, add about 20 mils of your pumpkin spice base syrup. Give that a little stir with a straw just to mix it together. Add in your espresso. Top it with that amazing spiced whippable creamy oat. And garnish again with our cinnamon or nutmeg. So there we have them. My ultimate pumpkin spice lattes, served hot, served ice, and I think they're a really exciting combination. The hot version, first of all, you get that really nice cream on top with the cinnamon and the nice spice running through it. Super warming, like a hug in a mug, even though we're still getting some pretty sunny weather outside. The perfect level of sweetness for me, amazing texture coming through from the OATLY. Everything just kind of sings together, and I think that is a real success. And now for the iced version, which I think is my personal favorite. Cheers again. All the good stuff we found before, just way more refreshing. Maybe nice for late summer, early autumn, or fall, whatever you call it, whereas this might be moving towards winter. The texture again, fantastic. But whichever one you go for, I think you're gonna really enjoy these pumpkin spiced lattes. So now I'm very keen to hear your thoughts on the pumpkin spice latte. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are they a glorious expression of coffee in a creative way, or total sacrilege? What do you think? Particularly if you try these recipes, I really want to hear from you. I think it's way above and beyond anything you can buy on the high street, but maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Give them a try and let me know in the comments. So big thank you to OATLY for sponsoring this video, giving us that amazing Barista Organic and the whippable creamy oat, which are at the base of these drinks, giving that amazing texture. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss those future videos with all the pumpkin spice flavors, which I'll put in a playlist here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I don't often say this, but be sure to share this video with a friend, a loved one, a family member, anyone you know who loves pumpkin spice, and hopefully they really enjoy these drinks. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and enjoy your PSLs. Cheers.